I'm very hesitant to go into this because it's not really what I want to do. I feel like it's sort of a cheap shot to get views off of fellow commentators. I don't like doing it. I know some people have made it a very thorough practice. My friends tend not to do it. People that I've spent time with offline tend to have an aversion to this type of thing, and I tend to agree with them. I think it's not a good idea to use my friendship with Jimmy, for instance, or to use his situation in order for. But I was asked. Someone said, "Tim Black, are you going to say something?" So I'm going to do my best to say something about this issue with Jimmy Dore, David Pakman, Sam Cedar. I'm not the best person to respond to this because I have had beef with Sam Cedar. And like I just stated, I consider Jimmy Dore a friend. He's been on my channel. I've been on his channel. But I'm going to do my best to be diplomatic here and just give you what I got. All right? Because I don't owe David Pakman anything. I don't, damn sure, even though I'm Jimmy's friend, there's no reason for me to lie. I don't owe him a lung. I don't owe him money. So here we go. David Pakman made some statements about Jimmy Dore. I noticed a lot of people making statements about Jimmy Dore. That's how you know you're doing something, Jimmy Dore, when everybody's talking about you. Anyway, so they say that Jimmy Dore is toxic and Jimmy Dore has these litmus tests, you know, after he made videos where he was critical of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Andrew Gillum, who I also was critical of. Alexandria Ocasio and Andrew Gillum, I felt that they both were, what the hell are they doing? What are you doing? So anyway, David Pakman put out a video. He said some things, or apparently he was doing a show, a caller called up, and the caller was like asking him a question in real time, what he thought about Jimmy Dore, and David Pakman leaned in. He leaned in and he said some things about Jimmy Dore, basically calling Jimmy Dore a useful idiot. Yeah. Which is a nice term for stupid. It's a creative term for stupid. All right, so or dumbass, that fits too. That's what David Pakman called him. So David Pakman, after doing this, and then getting around the internets, as things tend to do, he received what is known as backlash. No, not a backrash, not a trash back, not an ash can, not a trash can, but backlash. But he got his ass kicked. And he just, look. Here goes David Pakman talking to his audience after people have unsubscribed from him because they didn't like what he said about Jimmy Dore.
When I get a call that says, David, what do you think about the direction Jimmy Dore has gone in? My alternative, instead of giving you my honest opinion, is to lie and say he's doing great work. Would the audience want me to lie and just say something like that because of tribalism, or so that I don't anger certain people in the audience? I can't imagine that that's what the audience wants. And if the idea is that I need to turn the show not into what I genuinely think, but instead into what the leftist groupthink has determined is better for, quote, the movement.
No, David Pakman, we don't want you to lie. No one wants you to lie. We want you to be yourself. We want you to give your honest thoughts. That's what people want. That's the answer to your question, David Pakman. Do not be a lying scumbag. All right? Be truthful. Be honest. That's what your audience expects from you, or they wouldn't be your fucking audience. That's a stupid question. I don't know why you even asked it.
That is a tribalistic disaster. So assuming you don't want me to lie to you, basically people who cancel because I gave my honest opinion about Jimmy are saying they're canceling because I have the wrong opinion. And I think that that's really dangerous because, as I've said before, no two people are going to agree on everything ever, right? And if independent media is going to survive and thrive, which I believe it needs to do, okay, it can't depend on the financial support that exists only up until there's a disagreement.
We already confirmed we don't want you to lie. People who cancel their subscriptions because they disagree with an honest opinion. Because your opinion, because of an opinion that they disagree with. And you say that's really dangerous. It's not dangerous, David Pakman. It's life. See, your opinion about another commentator, a news entity, or person, forget all of that. Your opinion about someone that other people admire or respect is not the same thing as you not liking kale. It's not the same thing as you not liking kale, or you preferring string beans to kale. That's different. It's not a difference of opinion only, David Pakman. And I think you're smart enough to know this. I think you're smart enough to know that the way that you disparage Jimmy Dore says something about your ideology. Right? There are people who unsubscribe for all types of reasons. Maybe they were already on the fucking verge of unsubscribing, and then this was the thing that pushed them over the brink. They were sitting back on, that David Pakman says one more tote the line, neocon, neoliberal establishment, line toting freaking Hillary vote blue anywho crap one more time. I'm out of here. Oh, what's that I hear? That's it, I'm gone. You understand? So it's not just that it's one thing. It could have been many things that led up to this. You leave that out. And I understand, maybe you don't think that way. You don't think that there's a cumulative effect of you toting the line that some people just got tired of. But back to your point, sir, it's not dangerous. It's called life. People unsubscribe. Yes, people will unsubscribe to you. Not because you like the color blue and they like the color purple. It's because this is about who you are, what your belief system is, and where you may fall within that. For them, and you may just be a bridge too far, sir. Let's keep going.
Of course, people can choose to support me or not support me for any reason, right? Or any other show for that matter.
They just did. They just did. They just chose not to support you. So why the video? Oh, that's right. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get what it is. I know what it is. You want to help the movement. You think the movement can't survive with people not watching you. Sir, some of us would argue that the movement would be a lot further down the road if there were less people watching you to begin with. I'm just telling you what a lot of people think. They think the time for incrementalism is way past due. In a recent segment, Nina Turner said,
the challenges in the African American community are systemic. It is not just about one president. It is systemic in this country. There was a study that showed that there would take 228 years for the average African American to catch up with the average wealth of the average white American. So we're talking about systems that are bigger than one president.
It would take 228 years for the average black person to have the wealth of the average white person. 228 years from now. Why do you think that is, David Pakman? Because people like David Pakman run the Democratic Party. And to them, well, just a little incrementalism is all we need. Oh, the little incrementalism is all we need. We just need to do a little trim around the edges. We don't really need to piss people off. Let's just do a little bit.
But this is why the right is succeeding in so many ways.
Oh, shit.
They have made a commitment where they say, let's support people who are basically on our side. They might be anti-gay, but if there's a pro-gay rights Republican who's mostly on their side and helps their movement, they support that person.
Oh, so basically, they have no fucking ethics. Oh, I hate what you stand for. You suck. You hate the gays and the blacks, but you want to end fracking. Come on. Come on. So that's what you mean. So your idea is that we need to be more like them. Look, I don't want to be like anybody, but I do have criteria. You know, hey ladies, you gotta inspect these guys before you accept their proposal for marriage. You don't just marry a guy because he's got a nice pair of shoes on. May have kids buried in his closet. You gotta look him over. David Pakman saying, screw the kids. He's got those damn shoes on. Show got a pretty mouth and he got a nice pair of shoes. That dog don't hunt. We need more than that, David Pakman.
If this is how the left is going to decide who we support, we're going to fail, okay? And by the way, if we apply the no support if they say one wrong thing idea, what about all the people who are supporting Jimmy Dore despite the fact that he did at one point push Seth Rich conspiracy theories? If you don't buy that stuff, and I think...
You see his face? See his fucking face? You see his face? See that face? That's the face of a man who is a pompous, arrogant prick. Pompous, arrogant prick. You know, that shit. That I'm smarter than you. I should make all your decisions for you. You're not hungry? I'll tell you when you are, Missy. Jimmy Dore did not push Seth Rich conspiracy theories. He asked a question, David Pakman. The reason why you didn't want us talking about it is because it made Hillary look bad. That's not your lane. So of course you wouldn't cover it. And it also had the potential blowback of going against the Russia narrative. Stop saying Jimmy pushed the Seth Rich conspiracy theory when all he did was cover it very briefly. Stop saying anyone pushed it. We didn't push it. We didn't create it. We didn't conjure it. We didn't devise it. We talked about it. Similar to us talking about, I don't know, Ayanna Pressley not being a real progressive candidate. These are thoughts. These are things we talk about. We talked about Hillary not campaigning in Wisconsin. That's not a conspiracy theory. I wonder how often you talked about that. See, your whole goal is to be a mouthpiece for the establishment, David Pakman. You're not a commentator. You're a spokesperson. You're a spokesmodel. Hi, put a quarter in my ass. I'll say whatever you want me to say. Democratic Party. There are going to be people that unsubscribe for me that watch you, and I will be glad that they did. I won't be upset about it. No, I won't be glad. Let me take it back. I won't be glad they did. But I won't be upset because they made a decision. They could have had all of this. And instead, they went with that. Sounds like a personal problem. Now you can watch us on Roku. That's right. Go to Roku and get your Tim Black TV fix. Go Roku Tim Black TV, and I'll pop right up. Same shows you watch on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, now available on Roku. Oh, and make sure you leave a review. A good one. Peace. Simple.